everybody, to the GSL Codes round of 16, day 2. We've already seen a Squirtle 2-0 symbol and Soulkey 2-1 Marine King, and now we get to watch a match that should be fantastic. Squirtle against Soulkey.
This is going to be a tough one to call. We predicted Squirtle, but Soulkey certainly is able to take Squirtle out.
Yeah. And in fact, now we get to see what Squirtle's planning for this group was really like, because the first map is going to be Belcher Vestige, which he already showed a very strong, very fitting strategy on this map against Zerg for Symbol. So Soulkey will have watched that game and be aware of what Squirtle attempted to do before.
I mean, the real question is he going to do the same strategy again, or is he going to go for something different, you know?
That's very hard to say. It's very hard to say indeed.
All right, well, we're almost ready to get this game going. Again, the map is Belcher Vestige. You know, right now we got the best Kesva Zerg against, out of all races, the best build order player. In other words, Squirtle actually is able to, he has the best openers, is essentially what I'm saying. So this is going to be fun. Again, it's a one-on-one map. There is always a chance for some cheese on one-on-one maps, more so than, for instance, four-player maps. So expect anything.
Yes.
Yes.
Except for a bad game, because that's not as likely. So
not as likely.
And if you go around expecting bad, negative things, then you won't be as happy.
I read the book, The Secret. All right, let's get this game going. Squirtle against Soulkey here at the GSL. In the bottom right, we've got our Protoss player. Truly a genius. Let's see what he does this time. He is Squirtle. And in the upper left, we've got our Zerg player. How will he play this time? I'm not entirely sure. We're going to find out. He is Soulkey. I love making fun of The Secret.
Yeah, it's
pretty
fun,
easy target, actually.
Yeah. You know, I didn't read The Secret, but the power was amazing.
I haven't read it either, but when I told what it was about, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Scam. Gateway on the way now.
Tasteless said as he felt the power bracelet on his wrist.
My power crystals. What are those? Is that what they're called? The power bracelets?
The power bracelet, the one with the magnets or whatever.
Yeah.
That the judges ruled they had to refund anyone who saw the bracelet and was willing to send it back.
That's so funny.
Goodbye, company.
Goodbye, evil company. Well, he's going to go for gas here. Do you think he'll do another 4-gate, or will he do a 3-gate? Or will he not?
I think he's going to go Gateway Expand.
He could do that, too.
He's mixing in a lot of these builds. There is no Drone Scout, but this isn't like Whirlwind, where the Overlord isn't going to figure this out in time. The Overlord's going to get down there and see, oh, no Nexus, okay, gas. And he's going to go for speed. He's going to play more careful from there. So, yeah, I don't see him doing a gateway rush on this map. I just feel like it just doesn't fit. If there is a gateway push, which, I mean, would make a lot of sense after the expand, it would be off probably like 5 gates after taking the expand and, you know, trying to maybe hit a little timing where you can mess with their third, something like that.
Sure. Well, as you can see, the probe is just checking around. We're not going to know until Stalker 2 is out what exactly is going on. Now, remember, as we said prior, in prior casts of Squirtle, he's really good at having one starting build order, and then it branches off to a whole bunch of different things. So that's one of the reasons why we love his game so much to cast.
Yeah, because look at this. This build right now looks exactly like the Whirlwind build, aside from the Probe Scout, which you can't really tell anyways as the Zerg player. You might have just missed it. But instead, he does go into this Nexus. And, you know, that's something that the Zerg still doesn't know. Can't know for sure. And he is getting the gas to go up to speed, because that's exactly what you need to do.
Yep. And now from here, the Zerg can make 2 more gateways and wall off. And it's pretty much, the Protoss can make 2 more gateways and wall off. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where he takes the game from here.
Yeah. Now, he knows what's going on. He knows it's a fast expansion. We're going to see 2 more gates going up right now for that wall, as you were mentioning before, Tasteless.
Yep.
A sentry is on the way. That's a very smart move. You definitely want to get a sentry out quickly with a gateway expansion.
This is a pretty copyable build, by the way, guys.
Yeah, this is still a pretty solid build. It's what you do with it that's the more complicated and difficult thing. It's harder to get into a healthy late game from here than with a Forge Expand. So we will see what his plan is relatively soon. You know, there's a few different ways you can do it. You can go straight into like a Robo or a Twilight, something like that. Of course, 5 gate pressures from here can be quite nice, especially when you have a probe hidden out on the map like we have with Squirtle right now.
Looks like we got some more Lings coming out here now. And Ling speed's almost done. And that probe right there, yeah, it's just going to check to see is the third base ever going to be made? Or if it is made, when is it made? Because you can take that data and extrapolate more about what the Zerg's doing, what he's teching to.
It's a very
drones
good point.
he probably has.
Yeah. And as we see, it's actually going to be a 2-base layer here. And just by Squirtle seeing that there's no third, he has to be thinking right now, okay, there's only 2 options right now. We either have a 2-base layer or we have an all-in coming.
I'm a little bit surprised that Soulkey didn't send some Lings over there to check for a probe like that.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be a little bit more careful checking for a probe.
This is like the one thing that tips his hand.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, that is a little bit slightly complicated too if you think about it, because he knows that if Squirtle were to do like a warp gate attack, he should be okay. You know, he's on 2 bases, he hasn't overextended his drones or anything like that.
And we have, well, layer's almost done, then we're going to see what he's got planned for us.
We do have Robo and Forge on the way, so if he's going 2-base Muta...
He's going to get inside.
Whoa.
He's actually going to get inside with his probe. Nice scrap there by the force fields, by the way. Zap.
And, well, you can't really tell what's going on.
Infestation pit.
Now that's the safest thing you can do. If he had happened to go for Muta, that would have been kind of nice, because right now Squirtle is focused mostly on sentries and Robotech, neither of which are going to be overly useful against Mutas. But the Infestors are never bad, you know? He might be able to catch the sentries and just bust them up with some Mutalist play. And in the meantime, he is making a lot of spines to make sure that this little attack doesn't do anything.
All right, the Lings are coming out now. With an Observer on the way here. You know, the Infestation pit's almost done. That's too bad, though. I know Soulkey was probably cursing himself as he actually saw that probe come into his main. He's like, oh my god. Yeah. Element of surprise completely gone.
Yeah. And the thing is, as we were talking about before, it kind of already was, but that's when it really strikes home that Squirtle's completely aware of what's going on.
Right.
All right, well, he finally is cleaning everything up.
Yep.
But that's good scouting right there. I mean, he gets to see exactly what's going on.
The Robotech out here is going to be very handy. You know, if Infestors come out, he can just destroy the Infested Terrans really easily.
Yeah. Now, Infestors are coming out. Third base coming up right now for Squirtle. You know, the improvements they made on Belshire Vestige SE are really, really good. I feel like this map is so much better than it was before without that super wide opening at the third for Protoss. I just wanted to throw that out there. Because before I would look at this, and if those rocks weren't there that we just saw, I'd be like, this build can't possibly work. I like it.
Nice trapping there.
Yeah, that was well done. He doesn't lose any
it's a lot of force fields, but if you can clean up anything when the Zerg's still on 2-base and you're basically even as far as economics go, which, if you're even on expansions, which means that the Zerg's behind on economics, killing anything is good. Nice contaminate there. Yeah, that's a solid contaminate. I love seeing moves like that when you actually have that Overseer back there so long. No reason to give it up. No reason to sacrifice it. No.
And slowing down that Colossus, I mean, that makes every Colossus from here on a little bit slower.
Yep, they're going to increment out one by one at that robotics facility. So, yeah, slowing them down is fantastic.
Well, we do have this Spire on the way, as he does pretty much realize what's going on here, the type of units that are being created. We have Blink in the third bases for both players going on. And this game is normalizing pretty well, but the thing is that Soulkey, his third is so slow that he has to somehow make up for that. And I guess the way to make up for that is that his Infestors will have more energy, but still, I'm liking where Squirtle's at right now, to be honest. Everything looks really nice for him right now.
Yeah, I'm looking even at the little pylon wall here. He is airtight.
Yeah. You could put Squirtle underwater, and not just because he's a turtle, and he would be fine.
All right. So he's now taken out that Overseer. And we got one more back here. I don't think that Overseer is going to be able to get over there and contaminate that robotics facility yet again.
Yeah. Well, more gates on the way. And I don't know. Let's see when he wants to move out.
I think he's just going to move out on 3 bases and try to smash the Zerg's 4th. The Zerg is playing catch-up right now.
Well, I mean, you don't ever want to just go straight to 4 bases without doing an attack, you know?
Yeah. All right, he's starting to plant some pylons around the map. And as you can see, he's just going to try to start a push. And it's more likely Zerg's going to expand to the upper right, which is why he has these pylons lining that.
Yeah. All right, well, we do have the 4th base coming up right now for Soulkey. The move out for Squirtle may begin pretty soon here. I love that timing on the charge. You know it's getting into the late game as the charge upgrade does come. That's normally coinciding with the move out pretty closely, because you do want that for Zealot harassment, these Zealots in your army, Warp Prisms, of course. And look at that, an Immortal being made. Huh. Oh, that is an interesting Immortal to me. A very interesting Immortal indeed.
I'm actually a little bit confused by that.
Yeah,
I don't actually...
At this point in the game, you don't really see Immortals being made. That's a bit weird, but okay, we'll see what he does with that. He doesn't really need it, as there's not many roaches out, but...
well, the supplies are pretty even.
Yeah, we do have some Templars coming out. Those are going to be 4 Archons. And some cannons being started, as well as some Zealots. Ooh, those Zealots. That is some really nice
Sick.
timing.
This is a free kill right now.
Yeah, he's going to cancel that.
Yeah, well, he better cancel that. And is he going to cancel that?
You might just lose it.
What?
Oh, well.
Oh, that's
He may have miscalculated it slightly, but there's no way to save that.
Yeah, it's physically impossible for these roaches to save the day.
Yeah. Well, that's really too bad for him, because now he's still 3 base versus 3 base. That was a perfectly timed kill right there. And with the hive halfway done, I mean, he needs that extra base. Whoa, that guy slipped right.
That was
Oh
weird.
my God.
He got 2 and 2, so it sort of slipped in the second time? That's weird. Warp Prism's out, so he'll probably push out now.
Yeah, it's definitely time.
Okay, I see. He's going to secure the 4th and then push out. Just make a bunch of cannons there, and then...
Well, it's so good to take a 4th while you're moving out, because do you really need that extra, like, 400 to 800 minerals? No, you don't. So... he is starting to move out. And
counterattacking, by the way, very good at the Protoss max, because he can't actually make units in his main. If you break in there, he's got to turn around.
Yeah, he is finally maxed out now. We'll see what he's going to actually end up doing. Where is he going to move to? Squirrel's controlled this game just so brilliantly in so many different ways, too. The way that he went for that 1-gate opener, put the fear into Soulkey. Soulkey got the late 3rd, which Squirtle kept track of. Squirtle timed his 3rd out. He took out the 4th. Now, everything about Squirtle's play here has been immaculate thus far.
There should be about 1 more Colossus, but he did get contaminated once or twice off on the robotics facility. All right, he just forces a cancel. Or no, did he kill that or cancel that? I didn't see.
I think it was a kill.
Okay. So he kills off that hatchery and now backs up. It looks like he's just going to keep trying to push forward here. Nice force fields.
Indeed, they are. And in fact, you might want to move back these Colossi a little bit and try to let the Archons hit these. Because if you do have Archons actually hitting
actually mismicing right now. I think they're on the same hotkey.
Yeah, it looks like it. We have a lot of roaches here still, and this is actually not working out for Squirtle as much as he would like.
Oh,
now
but he's sniping down these infestors.
Yeah, important moves, and in fact, he just has such a large army at this point that he is busting through absolutely everything. These Archons dealing huge amounts of damage, but he is going to have to turn around with that many infested Terrans out.
All right, Archons now hitting these roaches pretty hard, but continuing to back up. The Warp Prism may have to move out pretty soon here. And it looks like the infested Terrans all wiped out with ease. Remember, Zerg does not have a 3rd base, so Protoss can keep on pressuring him here.
Yeah. And that
as long
could
as
be an issue.
Yeah, as long as he only goes for favorable engagements, he's fine.
Well, we do have another Warp Prism on the way, as well as Mothership Tech. Now, you know, Squirtle lost a little bit more there than really he needed to. He was kind of attacking up into a concave, and Soulkey held very, very well there. So Squirtle does have to be careful, because if he loses his army one time, Even though Soulkey's only on 3 bases, that's going to give him a pretty good chance.
But you also got to note that Soulkey only has 1 infester.
Yeah, that's rough.
So that means the Broodlords are a lot more susceptible to being picked off here than they would be normally. I mean, Fungal is really what controls that Protoss army, and then the Broodlords and the Infestaterrans come out, and it just kind of stacks everything together, and it's pretty bad.
It is.
It looks like he's going to send this Warp Prism up here. It might be going into the main. That never hurts.
Yep.
And just trying to pull the army back. We do have the mothership on the way over here.
Yep. We have 2 Warp Prisms on opposite sides of the map, as well as a bunch of charge lots over on the right side. Squirtle's main army, which is really quite weak, is just kind of zoning out the rest of the map right now. So yeah. Squirtle is playing very positionally, very strategically, and he's going to start trying to drag units in certain areas and abuse areas they aren't in.
And once again, a free kill here, or at least a free cancel on that expansion hatchery, and it's not even canceled. I am beside myself when I see stuff like that.
Yeah, and now he's going to send those up towards the 3rd, which is going to make Soulkey make a very tough decision. Those spines are not down yet, so he's going to deal a lot of damage here. Soulkey, do you turn around or do you keep going? It looks like he's going to keep going.
All right, the Warp Prism once again being driven back.
But the Zealot's dealing so much damage at that 3rd base. What is Soulkey to do? He's just going to go for a death push, and Squirtle's going to have to sacrifice the 4th. No way to save that. Already runs the probes, but that's fine. He needs to wear down this Zerg army because this is really the last army Zerg has.
All right, again, this hatchery now going down. It's going to be 2 base versus 3. And I mean, look, the position here is very favorable for the Protoss. It's just a bunch of roaches. He can use force fields until he kills up all the roaches. How many overseers does he have? Does he even have any overseers?
With this army, he doesn't have any overseers. He has 1 infestor with enough for 2 fungals. That's his detection, basically.
This game will probably end pretty soon, guys.
Yeah, Squirtle's basically got him. Soulkey's going for this last-ditch effort. But Squirtle with the mothership and with this unit composition, there's no way he's going to lose this. No way.
Yeah, well, he can just blink under this, under those Broodlords.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, everything's cloaked. Right, you can't even see it, you know?
Yeah. And now he can't even hit that again.
Yeah. This is pretty rough. Squirtle pushing forward at the same time, taking another base on the right.
We're going to see GG very soon here as the remainder of this army is chased back. And a humiliated Soulkey is going to have to recoup here in game number 2. Nice.
Yeah, that's it. GG. Well, Squirtle, you didn't believe in him before. I hope you believe in him now because he's real.
He is
Don't
real.
ever let your mother tell you that video games aren't real because Squirtle is not only a pro gamer but a Pokemon, and he is killing nerds left and or right. In fact, I'm so excited, man, because after seeing Innovation last night, my brain was just like, oh my god, I need to see Squirtle versus Innovation. It has to happen, or Life versus Innovation. And I feel like after that game on that map, with that opener, Squirtle's getting out of this group, Tasteless. He's getting out of this group.
I think he's getting out of this group no matter what, even if he loses here to Soulkey, and I don't see that happening either.
Yeah.
I mean, Squirtle got slightly ahead, and it just started to go up exponentially to the point where even Soulkey, I mean, look, Soulkey's good, guys, but even his last-ditch attempt, normally those last-ditch attacks, it looks pretty scary.
Yeah.
They got queens in the army. They at least managed to get the right amount. Maybe they can win with micro. Not a snowball's chance in hell there when Soulkey attacks Squirtle.
Well, Soulkey has chosen the Planet S, Tasteless.
Planet S, where we host Code S.
Yeah. Well, this means he's probably going to play against an Immortal Push. I don't think I've ever seen anything else on this map.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Well, we'll see. Will Squirtle do that Immortal Push? And if so, how will Soulkey hold it? I feel like Squirtle might have a different plan, though, because it's so obvious that Immortal Push is coming. I don't know, though.
We'll find out soon. Here in Seoul, South Korea, the best esports StarCraft 2 players reside, all trying to become a champion of the GSL Code S.